Once upon a time, in a peaceful little village called Whiskerwood, nestled between green hills and whispering trees, there lived a tiny gray kitten. She was the smallest among her brothers and sisters, with soft fur like clouds and eyes as round and bright as the moon. The other kittens in the village loved playing chase, climbing trees, and curling up for naps in the sunshine. But not this little kitten. She had bigger dreams. While the others snoozed lazily, she would perch on a windowsill and gaze out at the forest beyond. One day, she would whisper to herself, "I'll do something brave, something that matters." The older cats often smiled at her and said kindly, "You're just a kitten. Be patient, you'll grow up soon." But the little kitten didn't want to wait. Every morning, she practiced her sneaking and jumping. She tiptoed through tall grass without making a sound. She balanced on narrow fences. She even meowed as loud as she could to make her voice strong. One sunny morning, the peaceful village was suddenly filled with loud squawks and flapping wings. A flock of birds flew in circles above the old oak tree at the edge of the village. "Help! Help!" they cried. "Our baby chick fell into the stream." All the cats rushed to the tree. Sure enough, in the bubbling stream below, a tiny yellow chick was holding onto a floating branch, peeping in fear. The current was strong, and the water splashed and swirled around the little bird. The older cats looked around nervously. "We can't swim in water that deep," one said. "It's too dangerous," said another. The little kitten stepped forward. Her heart was pounding, but she took a deep breath. "I'll go," she said, her voice steady. The cats stared. "You? But you're just a kitten." "She's too small," whispered some. But the little kitten didn't wait for permission. She dashed toward the stream and found a fallen tree trunk that stretched across the water like a narrow bridge. Carefully, paw by paw, she crept along the log. The wind tugged at her fur. The stream roared below, but she kept going, step by tiny step. At last, she reached the branch where the frightened chick clung, shivering and wet. Gently, the kitten leaned down and picked the baby bird up by its feathers just as she had practiced with her toys. She turned slowly and padded back across the log. Everyone held their breath. When her paws finally touched the grass, the birds burst into joyful chirps and the cats cheered. "She did it! She saved the chick!" The mother bird fluttered down, tears in her eyes. She hugged the little kitten with her wings. "You are the bravest little kitten I've ever known," she said. "Thank you for saving my baby." From that day on, the little kitten was no longer just the smallest in Whiskerwood. She was known as the village hero. The other cats looked at her with respect, and the young kittens began to follow her around, learning how to be brave too. And whenever someone said, "You're too small to make a difference," the little kitten would smile and say, "Even the smallest paws can do big things."